Good morning, everyone. It is Saturday, August 1st, and our first story comes from a Long Island deli that mixes sandwich ingredients inside a potato chip bag instead of using bread.
That would stop my lunch routine instantly. I would want to try it, but first I would move my coffee and protect my shirt.
You have a safety plan. Does the bag make lunch more tempting or dangerous?
Both. My hungry side says order it, while my laundry side says please sit down before opening anything.
You have both sides covered. This is Cafe Talk with Emily and Lisa, where everyday choices lead us into surprising news.
I love that our first story has turned lunch into a choice between curiosity and clean clothes.
If you enjoy relaxed English and surprising news, subscribe to the Cafe Talk channel, then stay for our meteorite and birthday updates.
You said meteorite after lunch, so now I'm watching my table and the ceiling.
Today's keyword is catch you off guard, spelled CATCHYOUOFFGUARD. Perfect. A snack bag becoming part of my sandwich would surprise me before I even reached the counter. Our second story starts at home. A meteorite fell into a New Jersey house in 2024. I expect keys at home, not a space rock. My schedule would disappear. Then Punch, an orphaned macaque known for clinging to an orangutan stuffed toy, turned 1 on July 26th. That update would make me pause. A first birthday gives that unusual toy detail a whole new moment. Your reactions land in everyday places, a lunch table, a house, and the way we notice time. That's where surprise feels strongest. Something familiar changes, then curiosity pulls me closer. Which one has your attention now? The unusual lunch, the space rock, or Punch's birthday? Lunch, definitely. I can imagine ordering it, so the practical questions feel close. Then let's start at the deli, because the method gives the sandwich its twist. Go ahead. I'm quietly moving my cup while you explain how the bag joined the meal. Yafank Deli in Long Island created a chip bag sandwich by mixing ingredients inside a potato chip bag, and the idea spread on TikTok.
At my table, I'd grip the bag with both hands and forget graceful lunch habits.
That grip makes sense. What surprises you first, the missing bread or ingredients entering the bag?
The bag? I know snack packaging, so watching lunch go into it would make me look twice.
The name reveals the twist, but the picture forms slowly.
Exactly. If I saw chip bag sandwich while ordering, I'd reread it.
If a friend ordered one beside you, would you ask for a bite or watch from a safe distance?
A bite, definitely, but only after my friend shows me how to handle the bag.
Fair. I would clear the table and make my first try a sit-down lunch.
Same. A regular sandwich can travel. This one makes me slow down and pay attention.
The TikTok spread makes sense to me because the bag creates an immediate question. Would you try this?
My phone is brave around food trends. It watches once and assumes my kitchen is ready.
Your kitchen gets a vote. Would seeing the mixing make you try it?
Probably. I could picture the process, although I would clear my desk and choose a dark shirt.
That is serious preparation. Without bread, even your hands expect something different.
Bread shows me the edges. Here, the bag defines the meal's shape.
Exactly. That change alone makes this lunch feel completely new.
I prefer that. The bag gives us plenty to discuss without a long menu speech.
And our table has already split into 2 camps. Try it now or protect the shirt first.
I'd send it to a friend with one question. Would you risk your favorite shirt?
Your priorities are clear. My friend would ask whether losing bread changes the experience.
I'd say the change comes before eating. The name rebuilds the picture.
That's why it fits today. An ordinary object takes a new role and catches you off guard.
It leaves me curious. Once I understand the bag, I want to see it.
A meteorite fell into a New Jersey house in 2024. It was reportedly traced to the asteroid belt, and the rock also contains salty water traces and rare amino acids.
My home checklist has keys, phone, and lights. A meteorite would erase that list.
I understand. A familiar house and the asteroid belt create an enormous distance.
I would put down my coffee and stare at the room, as if home had new rules.
Researchers reportedly traced the rock to the asteroid belt, connecting the house with a distant origin.
That contrast gets me. My mind jumps from a familiar room to somewhere barely imaginable.
Then the rock adds another surprise. It held traces of salty water and rare amino acids.
The fall is already huge news, yet the inside of the rock keeps the story moving.
Your reaction follows two distances: sky to house, then house toward the asteroid belt.
Meanwhile, I'm at a cafe trying not to investigate every small sound near the window.
I would check the window. Those salty water traces would give me another reason to lean closer.
First, I worry about the ceiling, then the rock's contents steal the conversation.
And rare amino acids were found there too. Which detail stays with you more?
The salty water traces. They sound strangely familiar beside a space rock, like two thoughts meeting over one receipt.
I get that. The phrase rare amino acids sounds like it belongs in a lab, not in a story that began inside a house.
Exactly. The house pulls me in, then the science makes me stay.
The story keeps widening. A house, the asteroid belt, salty water traces, and rare amino acids.
My coffee is starting to feel extremely local, and I am grateful for that.
What would you tell a friend first? The 2024 fall or what researchers found inside?
I would begin with the house because everyone understands home. Then I would reveal the rock's details.
That order moves from a familiar place toward the scientific surprise without losing human scale. It also explains my coffee. An ordinary cup makes a meteorite's arrival feel even less ordinary. From a lunch bag to a rock inside a house, familiar settings keep catching us off guard. Now I'm ready for the quieter surprise. Let's move on to Punch's birthday. Updates on Punch, an orphaned macaque known to cling to an orangutan stuffed animal toy, turned 1 on July 26th, giving us a gentle birthday update.
That is the kind of news that makes me pause. A first birthday makes time feel suddenly visible.
I know what you mean. July 26th gives the story one simple new point. Punch is now 1.
And I immediately think about how quickly a year passes. My calendar loses whole weeks before I notice.
That is a human reaction. Punch is also known to cling to an orangutan stuffed toy.
The contrast stays with me. Punch is a macaque, and the toy is an orangutan. It is such an unusual pairing of animal and toy. Which part catches you off guard more? The toy because it gives the birthday update one unforgettable detail.
For me, it's the fact that Punch is orphaned. That makes the short update land differently.
Same. I wouldn't rush past that word. It makes me take the news more seriously.
The first birthday gives us one moment to mark, July 26th.
My friends and I notice first birthdays. We celebrate pets, plants, even a successful loaf of bread.
A successful loaf may be stretching it, Lisa, but I understand. First birthdays make people notice time.
Exactly. You hear 1, and suddenly a whole year sits inside one short sentence.
That may be today's quietest way to catch us off guard. A familiar age can carry a lot of time.
Yes, no ceiling check, no risky lunch, just me looking at the date and realizing July 26th already passed.
So between Punch turning 1 and the orangutan stuffed toy, which detail would you mention first?
The birthday first, then the toy. Punch turned 1 is the update, and the toy makes the story unusual.
I might reverse them in casual conversation. The toy would make my friend curious, and then I'd mention the birthday. Either order works. The two details fit together without turning the moment into a huge spectacle. That's why this feels different from the meteorite. The surprise isn't loud. It comes from noticing 1 year has passed. And that quiet change works on me. My calendar can surprise me just as much as the sky. So, our 3 surprises meet daily life in different ways: lunch plans, home, and the way we notice time. Then my answer is ready. The coffee can relax, but the calendar should stay alert. Which story catches a friend off guard first? Option A, the chip bag sandwich. Option B, the meteorite. Or option C, Punch's birthday.
I choose A. A potato chip bag replacing bread would interrupt lunch before I could move my coffee.
That answer is very you. I choose B because a New Jersey house and the asteroid belt create completely different pictures.
C has the quietest pull. Punch turning 1, while known for clinging to the toy, is a gentle kind of surprise.
Tell us your choice and why in the comments. Any language is welcome, and an emoji works too.
A bag, a space rock, or a toy would make today's winner perfectly clear.
All 3 show our keyword differently. Familiar lunch, home, and even a first birthday can catch you off guard.
And each stays memorable for a different reason: a changed method, a rock's details, or a first birthday.
Take today's phrase with you and notice when an unexpected detail enters an ordinary setting.
I will notice, but I may move my coffee too. Curiosity and table safety can work together.
If this conversation made English easier to enjoy, subscribe and join us for the next Cafe Talk. I will be here in a sensible shirt watching whatever appears near the table. Thanks for sharing Saturday, August 1st with us. Keep the phrase and enjoy the rest of your day. See you next time. May the next surprise be interesting, manageable, and far from your coffee.